Who is Santa Claus? The true story of the real Santa. Santa Claus isn't just a Christmas myth. He was a real person. And his true story is far more surprising than you think. When we think of Santa Claus, we imagine a man in a red suit, flying through the sky with reindeer, delivering gifts on Christmas night. But the real Santa Claus had no reindeer, no flying sleigh, and no North Pole. So who was Santa Claus really? And how did a real human being turn into the most famous legend in the world? Part 1. The real man behind Santa. The real Santa Claus was St. Nicholas, a Christian bishop who lived over 1,700 years ago. He was born around 270 AD in a place called Patara in what is now modern-day Turkey. St. Nicholas was known for one thing above all else, secretly helping people in need. Part 2. The legendary acts. One of the most famous stories about St. Nicholas involves a poor father and his 3 daughters. The father couldn't afford dowries for his daughters, which meant their future was in danger. According to legend, St. Nicholas secretly threw bags of gold through the family's window at night, saving the daughters without ever revealing his identity. This idea of anonymous gift-giving would later become a key part of the Santa Claus legend. Part 3. St. Nicholas was not so jolly. But here's a mind-blowing fact most people don't know. St. Nicholas wasn't always gentle and calm. During the Council of Nicaea, an important religious meeting, St. Nicholas allegedly punched another bishop during a heated argument. Yes, Santa Claus once threw a punch. Part 4. How St. Nicholas became Santa Claus. After his death, St. Nicholas became one of the most popular saints in Europe. Different cultures began telling their own versions of his story. In the Netherlands, he became known as Sinterklaas. When Dutch settlers moved to America, they brought Sinterklaas with them, and over time, the name evolved into Santa Claus. Part 5. The red suit myth. So where did the red suit come from? Contrary to popular belief, Coca-Cola did not invent Santa Claus, but their advertisements in the 1930s helped standardize his modern look. The red suit, white beard, and friendly smile became the global image of Santa Claus. Part 6. The psychology behind Santa. Santa Claus represents more than gifts. He symbolizes generosity, kindness, and the idea that good deeds should be rewarded. In many ways, Santa Claus is a psychological tool, teaching children about morality, empathy, and belief. Part 7. The final truth. So, was Santa Claus real? Yes, but not in the way we imagine. Behind the fantasy is a real man, whose kindness was so powerful that it transformed into a global legend. Otro. The real Santa Claus didn't fly through the sky, but his legacy traveled across centuries. If you enjoy discovering the real stories behind famous myths, subscribe to Ultimate Facts for more mind-blowing truths.